to have you here. It has never been more important to be a proud Jew. It has never been more important to stand together united. And it has never been more important to live life and celebrate those who touch us most. And before we turn to the video, I'd like to thank Candice, Cyril, the UJA staff, and our visitors from Israel for being here with us tonight.
Hi everyone. Good morning. Boker Tov.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York.
It began in March of 2020. We were told, stay home, that's how you save lives. And so I did what I knew how to do, which was teach. I set up a tripod on my side of my bedroom at home and offer some words of Torah to a community who I couldn't physically see, but I hoped would be out there.
We are trying something new. We are going to be going live at 9 o'clock every morning, just with a simple blessing, simple word, an intention for our community and those beyond.
And we created a new kind of community. Everyone says good morning to each other. People share when there's illness in their lives or celebration.
Judy, it's so good to be together. Hi, Iris.
I was looking right into their eyes and in their home, which was a different kind of intimacy.
At the start of COVID, everyone was looking for some way to connect with family, friends, loved ones. All of a sudden, it was like, you're not alone, and UJA and the community are there for you.
Logging into Rabbi Creditor every morning certainly sets the tone for the day. There is just no end to what one big family we've become.
When I went to Poland with a group of rabbis that UJA sent, the broadcast came with. When the attack in Pittsburgh happened on the Tree of Life congregation, we convened with other faith leaders as part of the broadcast.
Menachem shows up every day.
We've seen Rabbi Creditor in his car. We've seen him broadcasting from Israel, broadcasting from a UJA site.
And that's what UJA does, is they show up.
And then October 7th happened, and everything changed.
I've never, ever had a moment like this. I'm imagining that we as a community include lots and lots of people who have never had moments like these. We have found each other for 3.5 years, and I'm telling you, I need you today. Our homeland needs you today.
Both times that I've traveled so far back to Israel after October 7th, the community came. This broadcast has to be an amplification of what it is to stand with our homeland, to stand with the people of Israel. Every broadcast is a reminder of the magnificent work UJA does in the world. And every broadcast is a reminder that the more people that tune in, the more people that feel connected to it, the more good we get to do.
Today is Monday, February 26th, 2024. It's broadcast 1000 of a community that came together in moments of need and kept coming together no matter what was happening.
What's so important is connections and community and lifting up the work of UJA, because it is touching lives every single day. And it's easy for me to show up when people like Menachem and organizations like UJA are doing that in spades.
Having this connection and having someone who is so genuine and so caring to start our day off every day is just one more reason UJA is so special.
The truth is, the reward for the 1000th broadcast is the 1001st broadcast. The reward for the community that we've built is that we have a community. All of the things that UJA stands for, all the things Jewish tradition at its best stands for, has been present in these broadcasts. And what a humbling thing it is to be the one who says, go live, and then just see everybody show up. It is such a gift, such a gift.
It is June 4th, 2024. I will not sing, but your morning Torah sessions have changed the way I start my day. And even if I can't be with you live, I go back and listen later, because who wants to disappoint a rabbi? And while this room is packed, and please take a minute to look around you, there are people streaming with us online who couldn't be here in person, but they are here with you in spirit. I cannot wait to read your most recent book, Israel Poems, and a shout out to Minil Seidelman, who made it possible for all of us to have a copy of Menachem's recent book. So please don't miss your copy on the way out. Rabbi, to quote one of my favorite songs, and Neshama, I am not going to sing. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing us something we must learn, and we are led to those most who help us to grow if we let them. And in return, we help them. I don't know if I believe this is true, but what I know is I am better because of what you do for us. Now get up here so I can present you with this award. So I'm gonna, is there an award? Okay, anyway. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Okay, this is the real deal. Okay, so this is the Israel Matters Award. It's quite beautiful, even with my fingerprints. Anyway, it is my true pleasure to present you this award tonight. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Am Yisrael Chai. Avi Mori, my father, my teacher. Imi Morati, my mother, my teacher. Ishti Ahuvati, my wife, my beloved. Our beautiful children. My amazing UJA colleagues and a community of family and friends, and most of all, family from Be'eri. I want you to know that if the only thing we do tonight is say that we love you, that I love you, that's why we showed up. I said to my dear friend, Adrian Rubin Prince, my colleague here who made tonight happen with a lot of help, but made tonight happen. I said that the only thing that mattered to me was that this be useful for the work that we're doing to heal our people. So thank you for making sure that that was true in every way. All right, you got to sing with me for a second. I'm not picking up the guitar. Just sing with me. Really, how could we do it without singing? Raf. Okay. Ya la 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 la, diddy I la la la, diddy I la 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 la, I la la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah la'asok b'divrei Torah hafok ba v'hafok ba la'asok b'divrei Torah. Diddy I lie, 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 lie. Diddy-I, lie, lie, lie. Diddy-I, lie, 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 lie. I, lie, lie, lie. So since we said the bracha, we really should learn just for a moment. It's what we do. It's how we keep strengthening ourselves so we can do what we're called to do. This week's Torah portion, Bamidbar, has a lot in it, but one of the things that really pervades the beginning of the book of Numbers is numbers. It's why in English it's known as such. It's the census. We count ourselves. We count ourselves because we need to know who's going to fight for us. Because the specific people counted in the Torah, in this parsha, was the beginning of our national story, the beginning of the idea of Am Yisrael, who will fight for Am Yisrael. I get to fight for Am Yisrael here because of the work we all do, the strength that we all provide. And I mean to really point to the 9 o'clockers for my personal strength here. We get to help Am Yisrael. We get to be helpers. It doesn't get better than that. But it's really important for us to remember that that doesn't only exist on the global, on the meta, on the 10,000-foot level. It has to mean that we care enough to be present, physically present, whenever possible. And even though with Mark's beautiful idea that we do this broadcast thing for the 2 weeks we'd be dislocated, which turned into 1,066 broadcasts as of this morning. Because of all of that, you got to see my beloved friend, Father Kevin Weidinger, who's right over there, who was sitting by my side as we traveled and did good work together. So what I want to point to is just a few words in the parsha, and then I want to get to the heart of a real conversation with a brother I don't know yet, but a brother. The words that call us to count ourselves in this Torah portion are Se'u et rosh kol adat b'nei Yisrael lemishpachotam levet avotam b'mispar shemot. And here's a bad translation. Take up the head count community of the children of Israel by their families, by their ancestral homes, according to their numbered names. And the rabbis have wondered about the numbers and names. We've been counting since October 7th. That's my number. And my sisters and brothers who I meet in this room yesterday, the brother of Mohammed, who is in Gaza held hostage, his brother was here. And Keith's wife, Aviva, who herself was a hostage for 54 days, was here yesterday. And Omer's parents, Omra, his mother, spoke yesterday. We know that this is holy ground because of the work we do. This is holy ground because you're here. We're going to do everything we can because we love you. You're our children. You're our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters. And I want to not try to tie this in a bow. Those of you who are in my classes know I don't try to end a class by making everything suddenly make sense. This world doesn't give us that opportunity, not yet. Not yet. But to quote a great rabbi, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory, he said the difference between hope and optimism is the belief that the world's going to get better. But hope is the belief that we can do something to make it a little bit better. We are called to be hopeful despite it, in the face of it all. As a Rebbe, not a rabbi, Elie Wiesel said, when there's no reason for hope, Jews invent new hope. And we did so, and we call it Hatikva. So to close with a more recent teaching, and then to move our program forward with my enormous gratitude for this recognition. Don't know what to do with it. I don't think I need to know what to do with it, but please know how grateful I am, not really for tonight, but for what tonight represents, for the learning we're going to do tomorrow, for the lives we're going to save tomorrow, for the good people we're going to remember to be tomorrow. I've been thinking with some of my groups about different metaphors for understanding the relationship between Jews in the state of Israel and Jews around the world. Traditionally, we use words like galut, exile, that being outside of Israel is a punishment. Early Zionist thinkers, political thinkers in the late 1800s changed that idea to be, by necessity, Diaspora will fall apart and you need to be strong, so come home. It'll be less safe there, it'll be more safe here. A theory called Shlilat Hagolah, erasing the exile. There are other ideas like President Ruvi Rivlin's idea of tribes, that we are a tribe of a great people, and it's all beautiful. But recently, Rabbi Justice Baird of the Hartman Institute had a great suggestion using an ancient text. This is a quote from Sifrei Dvarim, for those wonks out there who like Sefaria as much as I do. Together are the tribes of Israel. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai taught a parable. A certain person brought together two ships, tying them together with anchors and iron bars. He built upon them a palace. As long as the ships were connected, the palace stood. But when the ships separated, the palace fell. So it is, he said, with Israel. One of those ships is the Jewish people outside of the state of Israel, of which we are a significant part. And one of those ships are the Jews and other citizens of the state of Israel. And how interesting it is that the metaphor doesn't say we're holding up a state, we're holding up a place. We are holding up a palace. And if one of those ships falters, what happens to the palace? What is the palace? The palace is our family. And one of those ships has been dipping. And it is our job to be part of good stewardship and loving repair. That's how we count. That's how we count our people, by remembering who our people are. Not only in reaction, but with great love. To quote a musician from the ancient world who gave us the book of Psalms, and I'll give this a different meaning later, but the three words that dominate my life and fill everything that I do are the words Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Comes from Psalms chapter 89. But I want to give you what Maimonides thinks it means, not what I think it means, because I think Maimonides is pretty convincing, despite other things I think about Maimonides. He said, Chesed, love, is what will build this world. But what does that really mean? Chesed is a specific kind of love. It comes from a place of bounty to a place of need. What could I possibly have done? Me, just me. What could I have done to be worthy of this life? I couldn't possibly have earned the glorious role that I get to fulfill here, to serve our people at UJA. I couldn't have earned it. Nothing I did. In advance, certainly, and never in my life will I ever earn truly the honor of being part of this beautiful work. So Maimonides says, that's what the world is. The world is a gift. You couldn't have earned it. Have you noticed the trees as you walk by? What did you do to earn those trees? You see the person next to you, have you paid attention to them tonight? Not the people you walked in with, the other people. But also pay attention to the people you walked in with tonight. What could you have done to be worthy of being a human being who has another human being nearby? So with all of that in my heart, I thank you. I thank you for this honor. I thank UJA for the incredible gift, the role of a lifetime, to be part of a network of loving people, and to really understand for the first time in my life, despite having it modeled my entire life, to understand truly what being a rabbi means. I get to be here as part of good work. That's what it is to be a person. And I get to do that as a rabbi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.